It's a little chilly out here, man. Medical transportation, 0 to 100,000. Shout out to my man Cash, who put together my thumbnail. Young man, Cutter Cash. If you're interested in some really good looking, sharp thumbnails, hit me in the comments. Be happy to forward you his information. Right now, he's for the low. The price is pretty competitive. But just like the title said, 0 to $100,000 in the medical transportation industry. Your first 100K, I'm actually break this down as private pay, gross 100,000, and then also net 100,000. To net $100,000 in the private pay medical transportation industry, you need about, I would say you need three rehab center contracts, paying you at least $5,000 a month. That's 15. That'll get you over $100,000 for the year. Then you need a hospital contract, pay you another $5,000. That's an extra $60,000. So you're right around $200K. You're gonna pay a driver about $50,000 to $60,000. Maybe two drivers, 30 and 30 if they're part-time working, maybe 30 hours a week each. You're gonna get 60 hours out of the week. So you can start somebody very early, 5, working from 5 to 11, and then have somebody come in at 10, working till 4. If you're doing hospitals and rehab centers, majority of the work is during office hours of doctors' offices and stuff, so you don't really have to worry about those late night dialysis clients that you all love with your Medicaid clients. And that's about it. You're going to spend about $800. What's that? Let's say $10,000 a year on a brand new wheelchair van. As you guys know, I advise you not to get a brand new wheelchair van on any level. And then, you have your insurance, which is about $13,000 a year. Maybe, let's say 15. So where are we at? Close to $80,000 off of 200. Then you have your taxes. That's another 20,000. There's your $100,000. So 3 rehab centers, 1 hospital in the private pay industry, and that's your net profit. To do private pay and gross $100,000, you're grossing $100,000 private pay. You should be able to do most of the work yourself. You may want to hire somebody part-time, 20 hours a week. If you're doing $100,000, you're probably taking home 60 to 70K, which still isn't bad in any industry, and you're not working a lot. So when I say private pay clients, of course, you're being paid higher than your Medicaid clients. And as a result of being paid higher than your Medicaid clients, you don't have to do as much work because you're making more money per client than you would be running around with your Medicaid clients. I'm not against Medicaid. I'm against the contractual agreements and rate agreements that you guys have with Medicaid. And I really want that to be clear. I have no problem with Medicaid. I just have a problem with how much y'all are paid by Medicaid. Like, it's a joke. You get less than $2.50 a mile, you should quit. Yeah, I said it. Quit. You really want to negotiate up, not down. They're getting higher rates. The cost of running a business is increasing, it's not decreasing. So, I remember in the industry, and I'm starting to tell myself, and really the grades on my face should tell you everything you need to know. I'm not a young man anymore. I'm still a handsome man, but I remember when you could buy 4 tires, mounted, balanced, the whole 9, be out the door for less than $400. You can barely get 2 tires for that price. I remember you get an oil change for less than $300. A brake job for less than $300. It's running you about 5 now. That's just where the industry is at, and that's the cost of the industry. But that's just where it's at. So when the price of things go up, you gotta be prepared to go up with them and not be fooled into continuing a contractual relationship with a company that's receiving more money for the same trip that they're paying you, the same rate they were paying you 3 years ago when gas prices were $2.75 and now they're $3.25. As gas goes up, everything else compounds. So you have to negotiate up, not down. But as always, you really want to keep your mind wrapped around using Medicaid as an opportunity to get into rehab centers. That's like your easiest lead. You're already there, you're providing the service, and if you're providing on-time quality transportation, it shouldn't be a problem. It should actually be pretty easy. Leverage the opportunities that you're given. It's that simple. Just leverage the opportunities that you're given. And when you get a chance to get into a facility, don't talk to one person, talk to everybody. Please do not talk to the secretary. The secretary is a gatekeeper. Most businesses tell the secretary to do whatever you have to do to keep people from coming and talking to them. But if you wheel a person into the rehab center, take them all, and you take them all the way to their room, you're going to pass 4 or 5 nurses. It's easy to ask them, hey, who's in charge of social services? I'd like to speak with them about providing exclusive Medicaid transportation to the facility. And at that point in time, once you get it in, now how you present your services becomes paramount. Okay? When you get in front of a decision maker, how you present yourself is the most important thing that sets you apart. They already have a transportation provider. Most of them probably have vans already. So you really can't concern yourself with that. What you want to concern yourself with is how you present your pitch, how you sell the product that you have, which is medical transportation. It's not just, hey, I got a wheelchair, man, can I pick up some of your clients? What type of material are you presenting to them? What type of material are you making available to them? My advice is a rat card. I learned that from the Godfather himself. You know that guy, big white Polish dude. You know who he is. It still works in this industry to this day. It's still there, it's still available, it's still something that works. I still use rat cards to this day, regardless of the service that I'm offering. The other thing you want to keep in mind is how you show up. If you're showing up with a t-shirt, some jeans on, shirt's not tucked, you're not properly dressed, you don't have to have on boots or work pants, but if you're clean and neat when you're showing up and pick up and drop off clients, people will notice that. If you show up and you're looking a hot mess, or the people that you're employing looking a hot mess, and I've been there, done that. I've had to let people go because they weren't dressed properly or weren't doing what they were supposed to do in a professional fashion. If they're not, you got to deal with the consequences that come with that. And it's not fun. They're a representative of you in your company. I would rather you have an older model vehicle that runs, that has some signage, that looks good on the interior, but maybe old on the exterior.
Want another drink?
I'm okay for right now.
You want their entree?
I'm going to just stick with what I'm working with right now. Yeah. I would rather you present yourself well, look well, be well dressed, then have the nicest vehicle to have somebody in a t-shirt and some jeans picking up a client. Have your staff in a collared shirt, even if it's not lettered. So you don't have reliable transportation on your shirt, but they have a shirt. They actually have a shirt, a collared shirt. It's ironed, some slacks or some pants, and some decent shoes on, comfortable shoes with decent shoes on. That's better than just showing up with a t-shirt, some jeans on, and some shorts to pick up a client. And yes, this is a tough business to be in. You're in and out of the car. You're picking elderly individuals up and loading them in the vehicle. You're bending down, you're standing up, you're lifting, you're pulling, you're pushing. So it can be taxing, especially here in the state of Florida. It gets hot, but you still want to put your best foot forward. And a lot of that comes with, just understanding being a savvy business owner and knowing that presentation is more important than actual product. So, just keep that in mind. Private pay to millions is still up there, it's still available. It's selling pretty well. I appreciate the help that you guys are giving. Consulting is still available. Let me put this out here right now. Let me just do a little housekeeping. Guys, stop calling me trying to get a 15-minute consultation and want me to change your business. The last guy that called me, it was so disappointing. The first 7 minutes of the conversation, he was like being very timid. And it was like he wanted me to tell him something that I had to pick out of the sky. And I kept referring him and saying, hey, dude, a lot of stuff that you're asking me in general is already on my channel. Just check out the videos. And then his wife took over the call. And I don't mind doing 2 versus 1. I can handle that. I'm a big boy. But when his wife took over the call, she was like, look, we already have a contract potentially that's coming up. This is what we're trying to get some answers on and some guidance. And it made the last 7.5 minutes of the call far more fruitful, because now I can actually give you some guidance on what you should do. 15-minute consultation is really just me getting to know you. It's you talking, not me. I'm gonna just repeat what I already tell you on the channel. And then we could set up an actual 1-hour consultation where I break your business down and really give you some real guidance on how to run and manage a medical transportation business, but also scale it. I want to see everybody make $1 million in the medical transportation industry. A lot of y'all are playing, and I'm not sure why. So reach out, hold a conversation. Your digital footprint is probably the most important thing. When you have inbound marketing, when you have people marketing to you and coming to you, you've already taken that step of that cold approach. You've already made yourself authority in the industry. Thank you very much. You've already made yourself an authority in the industry. So it should be easy to book or close a high profit margin client or trip, because you've already made yourself an authority because they reached out to you. They probably checked out your website. You have good reviews on the Google My Business page. There's a gentleman in the industry who sat there and said that marketing was like $1,500 a month. No, it's not. Like, whoever told you all that, they're misinformed, majorly misinformed, or they're just out of touch with how digital marketing works. You don't need to spend $1,500 to bring in clients in an organic fashion with your Google business profile. You don't need to do that at all. You should be spending no more than $500 a month, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, be careful who you're watching, who you're paying attention to. I mean, everybody means well, but everyone's not versed in what it takes to build a true digital footprint in the medical transportation industry. So you want to keep that in mind. Everybody doesn't know because that's not the way they went about building their company. That's how I built mine. That's why mine is still here. Whether I have 10 vehicles or no vehicles, I'm still able to make money because I'm online. I'm going to enjoy this meal. God has blessed me today to get to go outside and enjoy it. Hopefully this has been helpful.